Good morning from Lagos, everyone. I am so glad to join this AFRINIC 31 meeting remotely. Hope you're all having fun in Luanda. My name is Ufamode. I am from Nigeria. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator at EcoConnect Research and Education Initiative. I am also the coordinator of the Nigerian Youth Internet Governance Forum. Today in my presentation, NREN Collaboration Model for Youth Inclusion in Internet Governance, I would showcase how Internet governance stakeholder organizations could collaborate with NREN institutions to promote the Internet governance agenda among youth in the region. So this presentation is going to be in 4 parts. In the first part, we'll discuss what Internet governance is and avenues to contribute to global Internet governance. And then we'll discuss the role of youth in Internet governance and how NREN institutions can engage youth. Then we'll discuss how all Internet governance organizations can collaborate with these NRENs to implement strategies for promoting the Internet governance awareness agenda through the NREN institutions. Then we'll discuss some expected outcomes and next steps before we take in the Q&A session. So part 1, Introduction to Internet Governance. What is Internet governance? You see, in our region, we've already pretty much agreed that Internet technology is extremely crucial for our development in virtually every sector of the region. However, we should not just look at deploying awesome infrastructure for ICT or building amazing networks. We should also look at contributing to developing standard principles and policies that would work online. That is what Internet governance is. That is how we can shape our digital future. And how can this be done? This can easily be done through IP resource management at AFRINIC, naming and addressing at ICANN, open standards development at the IETF, protecting human rights online by working with digital rights, civil society organizations, research, education, and capacity building with NREN institutions, and local, national, regional, and global technical policy development. Youth and Internet governance. You see, young people have a lot to offer in Internet governance. The plan for global sustainability through Internet technology cannot be achieved if young people, who are the future of, who are the next generation, are not properly equipped with knowledge of the core principles of the network. They need to understand how the network should be run and everything that needs to be put in place and should remain in place for a healthy internet. They need to understand the principles of the network relating to openness, decentralization, web literacy, digital inclusion, privacy, surveillance, and what have you. That way, they are able to make relevant contributions to the sector, both locally and at the global space. That is how they can contribute. That is one of the ways that they can actually contribute to policy development. Young people make up a huge percentage of global internet users. And we know in almost every community, and virtually every community, higher education institutions provide a large hub of youth who engage technology both as learners, developers, and users. By higher education institutions, I'm referring to universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, and many others. By working with this NREN institute, by working with these higher education institutions in their community, NREN institutions are able to get access to these student groups and build capacity not only in the ICT and internet technology bits, but also in the governance aspects. The Global Internet Governance Forum Secretariat, that's the IGF Secretariat, has realized the need to include young people in shaping the digital future. They have done this by establishing youth IGF initiatives as part of their national and regional initiatives, NIRs. These youth IGF initiatives work exactly the same as the IGF NIRs. They have to showcase equal representation of all the stakeholder groups. I'm talking about government, private sector, technical community, civil society, and academia. And they also have to be youth-led and community-driven. So basically, what these youth IGF initiatives are communities of young people in different regions, both on the national and regional level, who have come together to assess the state of the internet in their region and communicate the issues faced to the appropriate stakeholders. Youth IGF initiatives create a platform to integrate youth to the plan for technology development through internet governance. So through these communities, it makes engaging youth in internet governance extremely easy. So we know for sure that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in ensuring that youth understand the issues and are knowledgeable to make relevant contributions. But once young people have been able to organize themselves and build a community that can easily be identified, it then makes engaging them extremely easy. But setting up these initiatives is not really simple per se, because although the IGF Secretariat has already drafted out guidelines through which these youth IGFs can be formed in various communities, young people need a lot of support in actually setting up these communities. So we have young people in, let me say, universities, not only in ICT related courses, but also in other departments, because I believe the internet is for everyone, and everyone who uses the internet should be on the table when drafting policies and principles that relate to the internet. So NREN institutions are able to get the student groups but that is not enough to form a youth IGF. The youth need a multi-stakeholder representation to work. That way, they need representation from government, from the private sector, from civil society and technical community. That is where you all come in. Everyone participating in this AFRINIC meeting today is affiliated with an internet stakeholder group, whether it's government, it's private sector, civil society, or technical community. By giving support to establish this youth IGF, you are given the representation of the stakeholder group you represent, because it's very hard to say you have a youth IGF when there's no government representative, or when there's no representative from the technical community or the private sector. It makes it very hard. The NRENs just bring only the academia, but the young people also need the representation from other stakeholder groups. They need shared resources. So these are resources that IG stakeholders could give to them: multimedia equipment to have events or meetings and other facilities that could be shared. And then most importantly, they need experience and guidance. Young people do not know a lot, and we know very well that the IG community has a lot of experts who have years of experience in the sector. Young people need this experience. They need to learn from you. They need to. We need to point them to the right mailing lists to join, to explain what the internet governance acronyms mean, to get what the to know what meetings they should be participating in, either remotely or in person. Basically, we really need to adopt a handheld approach towards guiding these people. And also, they require financial support. There's a lot that can be done with appropriate funding. So yes, youth IGFs need funding, which the IG stakeholder with the IG community can give to them. And last but not the least, they need online and offline media platforms to showcase their work, to raise publicity about what they do, to reach out to the community. Those are the ways that you could support them as well. So in Nigeria here, we're able to set up the Nigerian Youth IGF in collaboration with or through support from numerous internet governance organizations and local organizations here. EcoConnect, which is a NREN institution in collaboration with University of Lagos, was able to get this student community in University of Lagos to engage them in this Nigerian Youth IGF. And this was not only, this was not inclusive of only University of Lagos too. We had participants who were able to engage student communities from around surrounding universities all over Nigeria. We're able to get student participation from universities all over Nigeria. That is University of Sokoto, University of Benin, and some others. In this collaboration, of course, was carried out with the National IGF in Nigeria, which is the NIGF, and other stakeholders organizations. So we're able to get equal participation from government. The Nigerian government here was the NITDA and Internet Society Nigeria chapter, and you can see other organizations that collaborated. This model also, this NREN collaboration model also has been exploited in Togo, where we had the FGIJT event in last month in November. This event, of course, was done as a collaboration with the internet stakeholder organizations that you can see on the screen here. Togoria is the REN that drove this agenda up in collaboration with University of Lomé and other stakeholder organizations. ISOC Togo chapter provided a lot of support to this initiative as well. And some others in progress. At the moment right now, this model is being exploited in some other countries in Africa. We're talking about Burkina Faso, Benin Republic, and Uganda in collaboration with their REN. I'm speaking right now to representatives from these countries seated here in this meeting to please explore how they can support the establishment of these youth IGFs in their countries. So what are the expected outcomes and next steps? What are we actually trying to achieve here? By supporting the establishment of this youth IGF initiatives within the region, we desire to stimulate the participation of our youth in IG-related activities and organizations such as the IETF, AFRINIC, and ICANN. You can look around you right now. You can look to your left or to your right, and how many young people do you see right here? It's not because the African young people would not ideally be interested in IP resource management or participating in an AFRINIC meeting. It is only because they do not really know what the AFRINIC agenda is. So it is our job to make sure that they know what this AFRINIC agenda is and what AFRINIC is trying to achieve. We should be looking towards getting more younger population active in this kind of meeting. NREN and internet stakeholder organizations should cooperate to drive the IG agenda among youth in their community. So thank you very much. I hope this presentation has been a learning curve for everyone here. Yes, you can contact me via email at any point and Twitter as well. And so, yeah, if you have any questions, I'm available online at the moment. So please go ahead and ask your questions. Thank you all very much.